Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Broken Boys. This is episode 242. I'm Colin.
And I'm Mike.
And yeah, today we're going to be talking about a little show we went to, a little Quadeca,
Quadeca
in
Show.
Quadeca show in good old Chi-Town at Thalia Hall,
Mm-hmm.
however you want to pronounce it. And it was a nice show. Uh,
Yep.
and yeah, we'll talk a bit more about that. A few things released this week. A
Mm-hmm.
surprise return from a certain artist that we haven't seen in a few years. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and plus more. So stay tuned, folks. How have you been this week, Mike?
I've been all right. I suppose. Not, unfortunately, not too much to report again over here. Over at the Mike household and life.
Oh,
But
hold on. I'm so
it's.
sorry. Max is calling me. Give me one second.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus Christ.
No, I'm kidding.
Pause. Uh, all right. She was just staying at work an hour later.
Okay.
All right. Continue.
Yeah, week's been all right. Not too much. Not too much stuff going on at the Mike household slash life.
Mm,
But kind of same old reports. Music stuff. Working on that piece for my mom and I still.
mm.
For Christmas. That's going pretty good. I think I should have that done by next week. All things considered. And yeah, but other music stuff too. There's always music ideas floating around. Um, I will say that I'm gonna start building hype early again, I suppose. But the other earlier this week, I did realize I was like, you know what, I have a lot of track ideas that I'm really liking, and I kind of started compiling them. I was like, what if albums? What if?
Oh.
um, so things are swirling. I like a lot of the stuff that I'm working with right now. You know, uh, I'm not gonna say coming soon, but coming at some point, hopefully.
And once that
Um,
comes, I come. So I'm waiting on you.
exactly. Yeah, that's really my main goal when I make music is to make Colin come.
I edged. I had like a 3 year edge streak. So
That's true.
um,
Yeah.
I,
Yeah,
uh,
hopefully not that long of an edge this time, unless that's what you want.
I mean, I won't complain either way, brother.
Okay.
I've gotten good at it, so I can't.
Yeah, that little edge master over there. Edge lord. Um, but yeah, just doing that stuff. And then playing some games and stuff. I ended up I tried that Shadow of Mordor game like once or twice more after pod last week, and I was just like, I'm not liking this. It's just not really appealing to me
Mm,
too much. It's just not really my thing, and like there was pretty much nothing about it that I was like, oh, I like this mechanic or something like that. Like it just to me it felt very old and like just not really my forte, I
mm.
suppose. And so I was like, I won't play Cyberpunk. And so I installed Shadow of Mordor and installed Cyberpunk and 2077. And I've been having a great time with that. I don't know entirely because I know that was a game that like it released and people were very mad at for it being buggy and broken and stuff, and like I think other things too potentially.
Mm,
But apparently now it's like the game it was meant to be nowadays is what I hear.
mm,
Um, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm not there's still a couple things that are like a little janky and like I guess somewhat buggy and stuff in there.
mm,
But there's something about like the whole world of it that's really immersive to me. I really like the combat stuff, and I really like just kind of like the RPG elements and all that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's I don't know, it's something about it. It's really captured me, and I think it's really fun to explore, really fun to do the story stuff and everything.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
it's
heard.
a.
I heard that big DLC that they put out a couple of years ago with Idris Elba
Mhm.
was good. So
Oh, I didn't even know he was in that.
yeah.
But yeah, that I do have the DLC as well. And I'm guessing I'll get to it at some point.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing. It's a big game, and I can already tell it's going to be a long one. And yeah, I need to be careful with my hours input into it. More careful than I was this week. And it was a fun game. And yeah, enjoying that quite a bit though. Um, Other than that, not really too much to report on from over here. I listened to one thing, and it wasn't any of the things that happened that came out last night. I was a bit of a bad boy. I was in a gaming session with my friends, and I listened to half of the last dinner party. But the other half has not been listened to, so I will not be talking about it yet. But I enjoyed it so far. But I listened to one thing earlier in the week, and it was the most reviewed thing of the week. And it was a album called "Psychotic" by Osama Sun.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's a rage project, and one that people seem to be enjoying. I didn't like it. It wasn't my thing. I yeah, just kind of the same, like, distorted beats and auto-tune vocals and stuff, and like there's some fun like synth stuff that were happening on there every now and then, but it's just not really, it's not my vibe. But I did listen to it, and yeah, I don't really. Yeah, I think that's about it for me. It's a pretty short summary for me this week. I mean, we went to the Quadeca concert, which we'll talk
Yes.
about, and stuff. And yeah. Um, but how about you, Colin? How
Uh,
was your week?
week's been all right. Just been working. Getting my money up, as they
Hmm.
say. Um, but otherwise,
Can't relate.
pretty same old from
Hmm.
every other week. Working and gaming and listening to music and such. The last Friday after the pod, I believe it was Friday. I think it was Friday. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, we went to Sam's Club with we being Max and I went to Sam's
Hmm.
Club with our friends Ricky, Garrison, and Ashley because Garrison has a membership, and we're like, well, we don't really walk. We don't have membership, so we don't walk around that place, and
Hmm.
those bulk stores can have some cool stuff and are fun to walk around. So let's just go over there. First thing that happened when we walked in was um, Ashley looked over and let me tell you, a Pokemon card connoisseur over Ashley.
Oh,
She looked over and saw that they had like big packs of Prismatic Evolutions, which is a set that came out this year, I believe, maybe last year.
it's
Um,
like an alcoholic walking down the liquor aisle.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Uh, we walked in, saw that, and she was like, "Well, there goes $55." Um,
Exactly.
and unfortunately, she didn't get any good things from it. Uh,
Yeah.
but that's gambling, baby.
Yeah.
But Garrison got one as well because he's also a Pokemon card person that, he got mad at me last week because on the pod from the week prior, I talked about going to those collectible shops and
Uh-huh.
talked about how much Ricky likes Pokemon cards, but I forgot to mention how much Garrison likes Pokemon cards.
Um,
So Garrison also likes Pokemon cards and has some good stuff, and he's a very good boy.
okay.
So he bought one of those as well, and he likes to hoard and keep them sealed. So I don't know how long it'll be before he opens those, but he's got them.
Hmm.
And then we walked down a little bit, and then we they had like a little aisle full of Legos, And I was like, oh, cool. I love Legos. Um,
Yeah.
and I mentioned it last week, but there's a Game Boy, original Game Boy Lego set, and at Target it was $60, and I was like, well, and it was before I got paid, so I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna buy it. But then the Sam's Club has good deals, I guess, and this one was $50, and
Yeah.
Max saw it, and I told her the price difference, and she's like, okay, I'm buying it for you, and I was like, no, don't do that. No, I was legit against it because I don't like people spending money on me in the first place.
Yeah. I feel that.
But she wouldn't take no for an answer. And so here's a picture of that set built in the chat.
Yeah.
It was a fun build. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of
That's sick as fuck. Yeah.
there's a lot of moving parts. I built a couple cartridges. There's that one and a Mario one. You can change out that screen in the middle.
Oh, that's awesome.
There's different like lithographic things that move when you move it. But yeah, it was
Can you actually push the buttons and stuff? It looks like
they press down.
That's awesome.
And then there's there's like a volume up and down, levers and switches and things on the sides of it. And it was a fun build. I had a good time with it. And it's like a nice little. It's not a big set or anything, so it doesn't take up a lot of room. It's it's a nice set. Thank you, Max.
Thank you, Max.
Thank you, Max. And we did grocery shopping and stuff, and I also mentioned it last week, but Ash tried. We went to Chili's, and she was testing her gluten tolerance because she's been
yes
and everything. But before we went to Sam's Club, we went to Olive Garden, and the ultimate test of gluten intolerance, and we went there.
Oh yeah, true. Sorry, I forgot what for a sec there.
She got a big pasta dish. She was eating up breadsticks. She did okay during the meal, and then at some point she went ow. and like she gets pain in her side from it. And so that started, and I was like, oh no. Who would have thought? But apparently that hasn't stopped her from eating gluten. It did take her out for a day on Saturday because she was in bed and also shitting herself and dying, I assume. But Olive Garden was good. I got shrimp Alfredo, tasty stuff. There was like a manager there who we were talking, and I think I was going through the chronicles of my first relationship and just how bad that was, because they hadn't heard the whole story or any of it, and I was just like, this fun dinner conversation.
For a second, I thought you were saying you were telling that to the waiter, but I understand. No. I understand.
No, but the manager was like, he was kind of walking around doing his rounds and stuff, and he like stops at our table, and he turns a little bit, and he walks real slow up to the table, and he's like, I forget what he said, but he just like, he starts talking to us a little bit, and he starts like joking around. He's like, it felt like he was testing a comedy routine or something. And it was like, oh, nice. He was a nice guy, but it was just like, it was a weird lead up to the table. It was good, and then Saturday worked, and then Sunday we had Quadeca, which we'll talk about.
Yes.
But through the week, listened to. I didn't listen to stuff until last night. I listened to, From the Pyre by The Last Dinner Party, and also Deadbeat by Tame Impala. But throughout the week I played more Ghost of Yotei, and that's been very good. Combat's very, very good. And the story has been good too thus far. I am playing it on a harder difficulty than I would usually start my playthroughs on, but I was like, I want a challenge, and boy is it challenging me.
Yeah.
Fortnite's been good. I've had Fortnitemares has been fun. Got the Ghostface skin.
Nice.
Love that man. And speaking of Ghostface, I watched Scream yet again. With Max, Ricky, and Garrison, and it was Ricky and Garrison's first time seeing it, which is like,
Yeah.
wow. But yeah, that's my go-to whenever somebody asks like, "What's your favorite movie?" I usually say the first Scream, because it is probably the movie I've seen the most times. It's just so good. It's so funny. And everybody in that movie is hot as hell, dude.
Yeah.
Nev Campbell, Skeet Ulrich, the god of them all, Matthew Lillard. Love that man.
Looks straight like a digged in snack in that one.
Exactly, dude. He like there were a couple times where I was like, God, people are not lying when they say Grant looks not Grant, Graydon looks like Matthew Lillard, because holy shit, the facial expressions.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love Scream. If you haven't seen the first Scream, I highly recommend that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, you showed that to me a few years ago at this point. I think it was around Halloween time.
Yeah, that's wild. I forgot I even did that. I was wondering if I had even watched that with you, but glad I did.
Yeah. I remember enjoying it. Yeah, I remember enjoying it.
The first one is great. I haven't seen the sequels. I've seen that one and the first of the newer ones.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But I have heard that they are, the sequels are like the most consistent of like horror movie sequels, which it's good to know. And at some point I'll get to them. But yeah. Otherwise, Daredevil came out in Marvel Rivals last week. And he's been fun to play. When I get to play him, because of course I lock him in off the bat, just so I can get some time with him, and then nobody goes healer, so I'm pushed to go healer, which that's how it goes in those games, especially if you're too nice like me and you're gonna let people push you around. But he's fun, it's good, and I think that's basically it. Didn't pretty much same old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some good stories in there, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some music news. Joji.
Yes, I forgot to write that down. Yeah.
Haven't talked about him in a good couple years, but he has made his first return to the music scene since his album. What was it
Smithereens.
So Smithereens. That I had mixed feelings on. I still don't love, but it's got some good stuff on it. Pretty short as well, but that came out in 2022.
Something like that. I don't know.
A while ago. But he came back. He was teasing stuff, and people online were talking about him returning. And he sure did. He had some billboards up in Times Square in New York, and he was like, "See you tomorrow." And then he saw us at 11 p.m. With Pixelated Kisses, his new single. And
yes,
what you think about it, Mike?
I enjoyed it. I'll be honest. I think I kind of listened to it once, maybe twice, and then haven't really spun it again. But I enjoy what's there. It's it's a short track again, but it's kind of a cool mix of some of those distorted, somewhat rage sounds and production, but mixed with really good vocals. I think it's a cool contrast with the gritty beat and then the super light and airy vocals. I think it makes a cool little combo. And if this is just a little taste of what a project could be, I think it's pretty cool for that. But I do hope, if there's more, it's a little meatier. But yeah. I do like the sound though. I'll say that about it.
Yeah, me too. I've listened to it a good few times now, and I've quite enjoyed what I've been experiencing. I like the new kind of style a lot. I think the the production and the instrumentation of it is like pretty different for him, but I quite like the sound of it and how his his pretty low key vocals that we're used to at this point you go along with it. It's it's a nice vibe, and I like it quite a bit. And if, like you said, if that's just a taste of what's to come, I'm excited.
Yeah.
So yeah. But along with that, I don't know if you've seen it, but like there's this picture that was put alongside like the album cover on like Twitter and other social medias and stuff, and it's like Joji's back, and it's this picture, and it's like that's not that's not Joji.
Yeah, I've been seeing that too. I mean, that is him though, is it? Is it or is it not?
He doesn't have the same face shape like at all.
It does look very different.
Yeah, so like so unless like I'll look up a picture of Joji real quick, just because like that's not Joji. Joji backslash okay.
I don't know. I feel like I could see it. Wait, wait, hold on. Okay, hold on. The Joji subreddit is saying that this is not Joji.
Yeah. Here, let me copy image.
I thought like maybe he like lost like a lot of weight in his face or something. But like yeah, I'm looking at it side by side, and that does not look like him.
Like that's not
Yeah.
that's not Joji. Which is it's kind of funny. But also with his return, it seems like he's left 88 Rising, or his contract with 88 Rising is
I was hearing that too.
Has gone kaput. Which I've heard is a good thing, potentially for him. But he seems to own at least this song now, which is very cool for him. It's always cool when artists get to own their own music.
Yes.
But a good single. I'm excited to see what comes next, and what a full project of if it's this sound is like. But that's pretty cool. Cool return. And then, had some album releases that I mentioned from The Pyre by The Last Dinner Party, Deadbeat by Tame Impala, and there was one other huge one last night.
Another huge one?
Yeah. Baby No Money.
Oh, yes.
Released his first album, his self-titled album, Baby No Money. Maybe not first album.
It's not. I don't think it's his first. Yeah, okay. He has like 6.
Okay.
Oh no, 8.
Okay. Well, he released his self-titled album last night. It is 21 songs, 50 minutes, and didn't listen to it, but I was tempted. I was tempted to listen to it for the pod, but I've heard many of these songs across TikTok as he's been creating them and releasing them. The most recent being Gigolo, which has the Miku voice in it.
Oh, nice.
But that also came out. That's huge news. But I can talk about these couple albums alone.
Yeah.
Since you didn't.
I don't remember. Did you listen to the first Last Dinner Party album?
Yeah, I got to it really late. I don't remember exactly when I listened to it, but it was you had already talked about it at length and really loved it, but I finally got to it from Spotify. Looks like I listened to it in March of this year. So,
oh wow, that was this year. Okay, yeah.
So I haven't returned to it really, but I did like it quite a bit, and I hadn't heard any of the singles from this one, but I saw it was releasing, and it was only like 42 minutes. So I was like, yeah, I'm strapped in, baby. And it is very good. It's it kind of puts you in like a baroque medieval feeling
Hmm.
a little bit. It's it much like from what I remember their other stuff sounding like as well.
Hmm.
But it's reminiscent also of the most recent stuff from Black Country New Road to me as well. Um,
Yeah, yeah, I
uh,
could see that.
yeah, a lot of like the singing on it sounds like the female singers on Black Country New Road, especially Forever How Long. Um,
Bro hears one British woman sing, and he's no, I'm
I
kidding.
mean, hey, there's a couple times where they go into those like like um, they're not really like singing words, but they're just like singing notes and like in like a
Yeah.
very beautiful way. And it's like it's reminiscent of like stuff they've done. Black Country New Road has done, and
Hmm. Hmm.
it's really good. There's a lot of really good instrumentation on there. There's really good like guitar lines across this whole thing.
Yeah.
I've only listened to it in full one time, but there are a couple tracks that I've been returning to this morning and such, and it's very good, and I see myself returning to it quite a bit.
Hmm.
I like it a lot, and you listen to half of it. So what's your
I
opinion
listened
on
to
half
half of
of it?
it. First half was pretty good. I did enjoy it quite a bit. I think I literally got through half of it. I think I started Woman is a Tree, and then they're like, let's play games, and I was like,
All
all
right.
right, I'll play for a little bit, and then played for 3 hours. But so it goes. Yeah, it was good. Basically everything you were saying, I can vouch for so far. I remember there being a lot of sick guitar lines, a lot of great vocal harmony stuff going on. I remember liking Count the Ways quite a
Mm.
bit, which looks like on album of the year that's one of the lower rated ones in the first half for
Really?
some reason. Um, I don't know why. But yeah, I mean, second best and This Is the Killer Speaking were also singles that have been released that
Mm.
I've heard. But yeah, no, I think I enjoyed it so far. So
Mm.
I'll give you a more in-depth review next week.
All right. It's good,
Yeah,
and you'll like it for in full. I know that.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and then the other big release last night was Deadbeat by Tame Impala. And I'm kind of lukewarm on it. It's I was kind of hoping for something more like monumental or mind blowing after a 5 year
Yeah.
wait between this and the Slow Rush. It's it's got like it's more dancey than his other stuff,
Hmm.
which is okay. I'm not like the biggest fan of dance music, um, but he does it well. He's got some his vocals are still great. I still love the production and instrumentation across his stuff, and that doesn't stop here. I do think the first half is a lot stronger than the second half,
Hmm.
especially since that first half has Dracula and Loser, which I really love those songs. But there are there are a couple tracks on here that weren't released prior that I did quite enjoy. Those being No Reply, Piece of Heaven, and I liked
Hmm.
Afterthought as well. But he's pretty lax across this whole thing for the most part. There are obviously a couple upbeat moments and things like that, but it's just and like I said, with also with From the Pyre, I only had one full listen through, so it could grow
Right.
on me. But as
Yeah, friendly reminder to those who are not familiar with the pod. These came out like 12 hours ago.
yeah, uh, yeah,
And
no,
we slept for a lot of
it sure did.
that.
But yeah, it's like it just wasn't like capturing me as much as I hoped it would. Um,
Mm,
but like I said, could grow on me. I could see it doing that. Just was hoping for more of that, that usual psychedelia and got more dance. Um,
mm.
which wasn't really expecting, but I didn't hate. Just wasn't what I was hoping for. I guess got my hopes up. Um, but there was one great line which I've been seeing, didn't notice on listening, but people were posting it, and it's "You're a cinephile. I'm watching Family Guy." Uh,
Wow.
which
That's
bang,
poetry right there.
bang line from the guys over at Tame Impala.
Yeah. The band at Tame Impala.
But yeah, I mean, I'd still recommend checking it out if you like his other stuff.
Yeah.
There's, like I said, obviously some still great moments on there, but just wasn't what I had been hoping for, and that's why you don't get your hopes up, folks.
Life lesson.
Here's a nice crack for you.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Is that another ghost?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Need that energy, baby.
Bro's addicted.
Even though I don't ever feel the energy from energy drinks.
Yeah.
It's just a placebo, I think. But yeah, that's any music news? That's all I got.
Yeah, I have a couple music news things. I will say also I will listen to that Tame Impala by next week as well. That was also
That's your
yeah, keep it up with the artist analyses alumni, of course. Yeah, a couple things happened this week. One being D'Angelo. We don't really have too much of connection to him outside of like Red Dead, I think you and I. But legendary singer and R&B artist, I want to say, with a lot of iconic stuff from the early 2000s. He passed away earlier this week from pancreatic cancer, I believe, which that's just a sad thing. Music legends passing away like that. But
he was only
yeah,
50 something as well.
51, I think. Yeah, very very young. That's
cancer.
Unfortunate. Yeah, fuck cancer. And then something a lot more lighthearted. Leve released a children's book, or is releasing a children's book, I should say. It's called like May May the Bunny or something like that. I thought that was kind of cool. I don't think I've heard of musicians doing. I mean, I've heard of musicians doing books, but like that not quite in like that way. Yeah, looks pretty cute, and I can't wait for all of those parents to not know who the book is by. They're gonna be Laufey. Laufey. And also with Leve, I think this happened last night, I want to say. She brought Lin-Manuel Miranda out on stage. Yeah. And they sang a little bit of like a small Hamilton song, like Best of Wives and Best of Women, I think it's called.
Yeah. It's been big on TikTok. Had a big trend going on.
Yeah, and the last lyric of that song or whatever is "It's only a matter of time," and Lynn sang that, and then just basically mic dropped and walked away. That was pretty hype. Pretty cool.
That was pretty hype.
Yeah.
My younger brother went to Leve at United Center last Friday. And spent a copious amount of money on tickets. I won't disclose how much, but it was in the high hundreds. But he said it was one of the best concerts he's ever been to, if not the best show. And he was right up close to stage from what my mom said, because I haven't gotten any evidence of that. But he also said he was on the Jumbotron, I think. So
that's sick.
That's pretty cool. Leve is a lot bigger than I gave her credit for, I think.
She's fucking gigantic.
When those tickets came out and they were originally like $130, $180 for pit, I was like, what? Leve? But yeah, no, she's fucking huge.
She is 272 in the world, which that's a pretty big artist.
Yeah, that is.
But I think she's been bringing stuff out for a lot of the shows or something. Because I saw someone post a comment. It was with the Lin-Manuel thing, saying like, "Oh man, all we got was Benny the Bull in Chicago."
And they sang the same thing.
Yeah. They sang Hamilton together. That's really funny. But that's kind of cool. And then last night, Magdalena Bay released another couple songs. It was only a couple weeks ago that they released two songs, and now they released two more. So like I don't know what that means, but yeah, I think there might be something happening. The
Yeah.
songs are called "Human Happens" and "Paint Me a Picture," and I enjoyed them both quite a bit. I only gave them both one listen, and I need to listen to it more. But I liked them quite a bit. Not as much as the first two, but still very very good. And if it's leading towards a project, I mean, butter me up, you know. But yeah, I was seeing some people. I mean, this is just pure fan theory here. But I feel, I don't know. So some people on their like, I think it was specifically on Apple Music. It said like these recent singles were released on like December 6th, I want to say, 2026 or well, geez, 2025. Um, and hold on, let me check if it was that because it was a Friday. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah, December 5th is a Friday this
mm.
week, this year. Jesus Christ. And I don't know, like maybe that's just a glitch, but like multiple people were having their releases say December 5th. So like maybe there's a thing coming December 5th potentially from Magdalena Bay.
Hey.
Um, I would welcome that with open arms, very
Literally.
much so.
Come in and swoop up that number one place, man. I don't know.
I don't know if it'll take number one for me, but I don't know. Second Sleep and the other single there are very very fucking good. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Uh, but yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty exciting.
Yeah, I
Um,
still need to listen to all of those. I heard you had the one Second
mhm.
Sleep for Song of the Week on our road trip. So
Yes.
I've heard that one, but I have not heard the other three, and I need to check those out real bad. But
Yeah.
yeah, love Mag Bay.
Me too. Shout out Magbe. Um, and yeah, I think that's all I got for music news.
Yeah, cool. In other news, uh, the New York mayoral primary or no the full election is coming up in at the beginning of November. They had a TV debate yesterday. Fucking Mamdani is eating. He ate guys. He
He
is
ate
Brat.
guys?
He ate guys. No, he is Brat, and he fucking destroyed Cuomo and the other guy, because obviously, he had
Hmm.
one great line yesterday. I forget exactly what it is. It's something about like you're a piece of shit, Andrew Cuomo. Not
Yeah.
exactly, but
You
he's
killed
like,
Schlatt's grandma.
yeah, exactly. He did bring up
Yeah.
the fact that during COVID, he sent elderly people to their deaths in nursing homes,
Yeah.
which rest in peace, Schlett's grandma.
Hmm.
Um, but Mom Donnie is gonna win that race, and it's gonna be hilarious and awesome. Um, so that's great. It seems like the ceasefire between Israel and Gaza is hopefully a good thing. I haven't,
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna tiptoe around it because I'm not sure, and I don't want to, jinx
Yeah,
anything
no,
for
that's
over
fair.
here. But I haven't heard of Israel bombing Gaza since that ceasefire and the hostages were
Hmm.
released. Um, but obviously it's still awful, and they're still trying to find like thousands of missing people in Gaza.
Yeah.
It was a genocide, still should be categorized as a genocide.
Yeah.
Yeah, awful shit. But who's taking credit for it? Donald Trump, because
Hmm.
he's ended, I guess, 8 wars in 8 months, as he said it. Um,
Wow.
so greatest president to ever live, I guess.
What a very peaceful man.
Oh, so peaceful.
Yeah.
He also posthumously awarded Charlie Kirk with the Medal of Freedom on
Yeah.
his birthday. What would have been his birthday?
Another peaceful man.
Yes, for sure.
Hmm.
Definitely deserving of a Medal of Freedom for podcasting and being a
Yeah.
and just generally being a terrible person. Uh,
Hmm.
but Trump, dude, I hated Charlie Kirk, terrible person, but Trump just keeps being worse with
Yeah. He trumps Charlie Kirk.
he sure fucking does, dude. He was talking, he's like, they shot at ICE and they shot at these people, shot me too, but they missed. um, just saying that he survived his assassination attempt, but Charlie sure
Because he's
didn't.
better.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Which just vile thing to say at a memorial for for
Oh,
a guy who was
Jesus Christ! That was
assassinated.
at his memorial.
Yeah, dude, it was at his memorial before he gave him the fucking Medal of Freedom.
Oh my
Uh,
God,
yeah, in front of his wife, dude.
that's
Um,
insane.
yeah, just awful shit. Um, but in media news, to get away from that,
Yeah.
Comic Con, I think, was New York Comic Con was this past weekend or something, and Marvel had a lot of announcements. Daryl
Hmm.
Born Again season 2 comes out in March. Very excited for
Oh wow.
that.
That
Yes,
wasn't that this year when the first season came out?
yeah, it was March of this year, and it coming out,
Wow.
yearly release,
Good
baby.
for them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think they're already filming season 3 or something. So, uh,
Wow.
yearly television is back. um,
Yeah. We need it.
fuck you, Stranger Things.
Yeah.
There was a list of shows that had started and ended between when Stranger Things had started and is ending, and it was
Yeah.
like 20 plus shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking insane. But Invincible. This isn't Marvel, but Invincible is season 4, season 5, season 5.
4, I think.
Yeah, season 4 is coming out around the same time as Daredevil, starting in March. So gonna have I'm beating good in
Yeah.
March of next year. But every episode of Invincible is said to be 50 minutes to an hour plus,
Yeah.
and the budget for each episode was like between 50 and 60 million dollars or something like that.
God
Um,
damn.
which anything for that good animation.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
'Cause,
Yeah. True.
yeah, because some of it's been lacking at points, and I would love some more good animation and long episodes. Hell yeah, I'm here for it because last
Hmm.
season was a banger. Um, but that's cool. Some other
Yes,
cool
sir.
announcements, but I think that's I think that's about it for media.
I don't have anything else. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we went to
Nice.
a concert
We did.
this past Sunday for a little known artist, Quadeca,
Hmm.
on his Vanisher tour in Chicago at Thalia Hall. Thalia Hall. You take us away, Mike.
Oh, yeah, we went there. We went with our buddy John, friend of the pod, John. He, he was very gracious to him for driving both of us
Yes.
up there. But that's the first concert that, well, at least that we both have seen with him.
Yes.
You went to Kendrick with him, but that was my first concert going with him. And we all agreed we need to do that more.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean it was a good time. It was pretty smooth sailing into Chicago. I guess because it was a Sunday night. We did realize day of that we went up there on the same day as the Chicago Marathon, and
Yes.
we were wondering if that was going to interfere with anything. And thankfully it didn't. But I do think we got there just at the time that
Yeah.
they when we were trying to park, the entrance to our parking lot was like the road to get there was like blocked off, and
Yeah.
we were stopped there, and we were about to ask like the police officer like, hey, is there any way we can get through here or whatever to get to the parking lot. And then without even asking them, like, they just started taking down all the barriers just for
Yeah.
us. right at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Definitely had nothing to do with the race ending.
There were two giant plows like blocking off a road,
Yeah.
and we were like, well, I don't know if they're gonna move or not. It seemed like they were about to, but we were waiting at the
Yeah.
stoplight for like 5 minutes or something. And then all of a sudden they got in their plows and they moved, and we were able to go with no problem.
Yeah.
Which, they did it just for us, which was super nice.
Yeah. But yeah, it was so we did that. We parked and walked over to Talia Hall. It was kind of funny. We ended up parking in the exact same place that I parked with Dane and his girlfriend from Magdalena Bay last year, basically about this time last year. And so in tradition of that, we also ended up eating at the exact same place, a little Korean place that was right there. I got like oh man, I don't remember the name
Bibimbap.
of it. A bibimbap or something.
Bibimbap.
Bibimbap,
Yeah,
bibimbap.
something like that.
Something like that. I got that, which last time I got like bulgogi, and I enjoyed the bulgogi more, mainly because I'm usually not like too weird with like my food and stuff. But one of the things I don't really like is when like my food is different temperatures. Like there's a lot of times where like if I'm having leftovers, I'll just eat them cold because I'd rather have it all be one temperature than like part of it's warm and part of it isn't. Um, yeah, I'm that's the only thing I get weird with food about sometimes. And like the bibimbap, it tasted good, but like parts of it were like cold, and parts of it were warm. And it was just like a kind of a weird texture thing for me. But it tasted good though. It had good flavor. And the sauce, do you remember what the sauce was?
Gochujang.
Gochujang. I really like that sauce. I don't think I tried that last time. And that was a good hot sauce. It added to the experience of the bibimbap.
Yeah.
Um,
John and
and
I,
then
John and I
yep.
got bulgogi burgers.
Hmm.
I wanted to try something more like actually Korean, but I was like, I don't want to test my stomach right now, especially at a concert in the city.
Yeah, fair.
But I was like, I'll just get something that's safe, I guess. And both got bulgogi burgers with had fries on the side, and I got an egg on mine, and it was pretty good. Honestly, didn't really taste anything really out of the ordinary for a burger.
Tastes like a burger with an egg on it.
Tastes like a burger with an egg on it, which I do like
Yeah.
quite a bit. So I wasn't
Yeah.
complaining, but I did use that gochujang as a little dippy for my fries, and it was a nice good flavor. A little bit of heat, a little bit of sweetness, garlicky. It was good stuff.
A little smoky.
A little smoky.
Yeah.
But it was good stuff, and then we got some ice cream afterwards from the same
Yes.
place.
Yeah. There was like a little cart of Korean ice creams or whatever. And I was like, that looks pretty good. So I got one, and then John got one, and then you got one. I got like it was kind of, it looks, it reminded me a lot of like some of those Mexican ice creams. One that I got. I don't remember if the texture is the same on those or not, but it was like a strawberry popsicle, quote unquote. But it was very creamy. It was a nice like chew to it, and had a very strong strawberry flavor. It was like really good. I love that shit. And John got the same thing, but mango, and he said also had a very strong flavor. It's very good.
Yeah. And then I had seen there's like a very popular like Asian snack, which is just like it's in the shape of a fish, but I don't know if it's usually ice cream or it has like red bean paste or something, or chocolate some of the times, but it's it's a pretty well known, at least from what I've seen online, snack in Asia, in like Japan and Korea and stuff. And I was like, oh, they had like little ice cream treats that were in that shape, and they had a bunch of different flavors. There was chocolate, there was green tea, there was red bean. And I was like, I was gonna try the red bean, but I'm hit or miss on red bean paste a lot of the time.
I don't think I've ever had red bean.
It's good. It can be it's slightly sweet, but it's it tastes like bean.
Interesting.
And it's very popular in Asia from what I've seen. So I was gonna go with that, but I was like, I'm just gonna go safe with the chocolate, and it was tasty. It had been in that freezer for a while from the looks of it. Had some ice on it, but it was cold and it was nice, and it was a nice night for a little bit of ice cream treat.
Yeah, it was a little warmer when we walked into the shop, and then when we walked out, it was a little colder just because the sun was going down and stuff later in the evening. Yeah. But it still hit the spot for me. But yeah, then we just walked down the street to Talia Hall. We were in line fairly close, and just kind of, as we were standing there, there was a group of, I'll call them kids. There was a group of kids behind us, old teenagers, and they, I don't know. I'd been seeing it a lot of the previous shows. Like Quadeca had to make a statement on his Instagram and stuff like, "Hey, please don't." To paraphrase a little bit, please don't be an annoying bitch when I'm when I'm singing my songs, especially the slower ones or whatever. Because there's a lot of people who would be shouting out hive mind stuff or various terminally online type shit. And these kids behind us were. It felt like at every turn we're making references. They were talking loud and making references to Hive Mind, Fantano, I don't remember the other stuff, but it was just. I got a vibe from them that was like, oh, if anyone's gonna be shouting out, it's gonna be these guys.
A couple 6'7s.
Yes.
They did get into talking about Ableton and making music and stuff, and I was like, Mike, join the conversation.
No, I'm good. That part of the conversation was a lot more wholesome, though. It didn't feel like they were, to put it lightly, I guess, it didn't feel like they were performing for each other, I guess. It felt like genuine, dude, I love making music shit. I was like, hey, that's pretty cool. But, that was kind of fine. But, we three of us stood there, and,
there was...
trying to remember...
There was one guy that we were on the fucking sidewalk next to a bunch of shops, and there were people walking past us the entire time. There was one older Hispanic guy, I think, who was walking past and kind of looked towards the line and did the little cross Hail Mary on his and they kissed. And I was like, what did he see? We were standing next to a shop that had some Halloween stuff in the window, so I was thinking maybe that. There was also somebody with dyed hair in front of us, so I was like, maybe it was that. But it's just
Bro says a prayer whenever he sees someone dyed hair.
But we were but we were also across the street from a church, but he wasn't looking that way, so it was I don't think it was that. It had to be something near us or next to us or something, but it was just really funny, and I was the only one that noticed that. But it was just it was funny to me.
I didn't see that one, but that is funny. But I'm trying to. Is there anything else significant that happened in line?
I don't know. There's a usual Chicago man on something that came up and was like, "Yeah, it's a good question." It's a bunch of people in line. He had a couple of inside out shirts on.
At least I didn't make eye contact or anything. He just kind of went past us, and after he went past us, I was like, I am curious what the question is, but I'm not going to ask.
Nothing is topped the what you know about meatloaf guy. So
that's a classic at this point. We went in, we started going in. After they checked us for our stuff, they had a nice little poster that they made for Quadeca, which they draw on a chalkboard. Now I know that that's the venue who does that, because last time when we went to see Magdalena Bay, they drew Matt and Mika on there. Wow. And had Magdalena Bay under it. And I really wish I took a picture of it, but I didn't. But Colin took a picture of the Quadeca one.
Yes. Kind of a bad picture. It's a little blurry, but
You can get the vibe. I think we were kind of being shuffled in at that point. But
It was really pretty.
yeah, that's the thing that Tally Hall does for like all artists. That's fucking sick as hell. I love that. But yeah, that looks really cool. Um, and yeah, we got in there. They had as you and John found out, they had like just one public bathroom
Yeah.
for men and women, which I honestly didn't even know was like a thing in the States. Like I know that happens in Europe sometimes,
Yeah.
but
I
I
mean,
didn't know that was like legal here, to be honest.
yeah. There's usually there are like unisex bathrooms and places with like one or two bathrooms for people, but it's usually just like one room and it has like just a
Right.
toilet and a sink. But this was like you walk in and there's sinks in front of you, and then you go around, go in a little bit, and to your left there was like bar style doors that kind of just swing into some urinals. And then
Oh, okay, so it was like kind of a separate room, kind of.
yeah, in a way, but it was all it was all the same room, just different
Yeah,
sections of
yeah.
it. And then there were the stalls and stuff that like women and people who needed shit can use as well.
Women and people who needed the shit, excluding women from the people
Yeah,
category.
women don't shit.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Yeah, no. Everybody poops, guys.
Yeah.
But no, it was just like John said that, and I was like, well, I gotta use the bathroom too, so I guess I'll see what he means. And I go in there, and I'm like, I'm using the urinal, but I'm hearing like women talk in stalls, and I'm like, this is a weird, this is
Yeah.
a weird situation. But
Yeah.
hey, this is woke America 2025.
Yeah, this is what the liberals want.
But yeah, interesting little quirk.
Yeah, interesting. I just, like I said, I didn't know that, like, I guess that was even like legal, just with like how conservatives talk about that type of stuff. Like,
Right.
I don't know. But anyways, we were standing there. I'm a little hazy for some reason. But I'm trying to remember. Did anything happen before Rosie?
No, not really. We were just standing there for
Yeah.
a long while. There were a couple people in front of us that we talked to once or twice.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were nice. Nobody in the crowd was obnoxious or anything. There was a moment where people started playing games above their head on their phones.
Yeah. Like
For
Subway
the
Surfers and shit.
yeah. A couple of them were posers and just playing videos of it, but there were a couple of people playing actual Subway Surfers.
Yeah.
They opened Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
It just like stuff to keep people entertained and also get a laugh, and worked for a while until Rosie came out. But other than that, the wait was
Yeah.
fine.
Oh, sorry. I just thought there was also like one guy who was like, I think he was testing audio levels or something, but he was like on stage and like was kind of like directing us to like cheer and stuff.
Yeah.
He was a bald guy, and like someone yelled, "I love you, Fantano," or something like that.
Yeah.
And huge uproar in the crowd. I remember like I was looking at the two of you, and I was just like, "Oh, this, we might be getting a rough crowd." But thankfully, I mean, besides spoiler alert, there wasn't really anyone who was obnoxious during the show. I think Quadeca himself, like into the, like he like kind of worked in like quote unquote comedy hours between songs a little bit, and then like people were respectful during the songs. So that was cool. But for Rosie, very loud.
Yeah.
A lot of energy on those guys. They're from Detroit, and friends with Quadeca, I suppose. And yeah, the lead singer. I think he spent most of that set screaming.
Yeah, he sure did, and it was usually off the mic too. Like he was just screaming
Yeah.
at the audience at the front of the stage. Like I couldn't hear him over the music, but he was screaming very loud. From what I saw, he was straining himself.
Yeah.
Which
It was like anytime there was like a little lull in the energy, he would just scream and then it would go right back up.
yeah. No, it was he very very interesting. Mike before the show and everything, he was like, "Yeah, this is my first hip hop show that I'm like going to."
Yeah.
And then the first song starts playing. Before they come out to like this Chief Keef song. That I guess is a Chicago staple, and
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, John told us, but like they start playing this, and everyone's like singing along, other than the N words.
That's another thing. Is like there was very prominent N words in that song. I was like, the first thing I'm hearing at a Quadeca show is the N word. It was kind of funny to me.
Yeah. But I kind of expected them to be like a hip hop. I expected it to be one guy, just like a hip hop artist or something. But it was three guys, and they came out with guitars and a drum set, and I was like, oh, okay. But they started playing that song, and I'm like, okay. And then it was just screamy, like punk rock.
Very punky. Yeah.
Yeah. And like after the first song, I looked over to you two and I was like, Mike's first hip hop show.
Yeah. But I'm glad I had my ear protection for that one. I could feel that in my bones, but I thought they were all right. I mean, the energy was really great, but it was the music itself was very samey. They got an energy, and they also that was our first exposure to the moshing that happened at this Quadeca show, which was a very big staple of the night. I think throughout the night we probably lost our place like 5 or 6 times, I would say. The first 2 times I think happened during Rosie.
Yeah.
There was one part, I want to say it was like the second fucking song where like they like opened up the pit. Maybe it was the third one, and there was just like, I think that was the biggest one of the night too. There was like just a huge circle there, and then people started running into each other, and whatever, and I almost got pulled into it the first time around.
I saw you kind of get sucked into it, and I was like, John, grab him.
Because we were on, like, at least for me, I was on like the edge of it, so like I couldn't like do anything. I was like, what the hell? And there were a bunch of people pushing behind me, and I just kind of I moseyed my way out of there.
I was like, John, grab him, and then I grabbed you too, and we just like, and then we, were able to stand there. We had to link arms a couple times, but we made it through, folks. We didn't get injured.
Yeah, they were going crazy though. And from what I saw, people were practicing, proper mosh pit etiquette and stuff. Like people, like when people lost stuff, they would like hold up like a light. Someone lost a shoe in like the first fucking mosh. And all I could think of when we were in that huge circle and like everyone started running into each other, I was like, man, we should have brought Erica, our 5'2" friend who saw 21 Pilots with us, to this show. I'm sure she would have loved it.
Would have gone super well.
Yeah. Yeah. But that was kind of a preview of the energy that the crowd had. Which another thing, at least for me. Sorry, I'm talking a lot. You can interrupt whenever you will. Another thing for me is that I think that this now takes the record as the oldest I felt at a show. Before that was probably like the Clancy tour last year. I remember there was a lot of younger fans in line waiting for 21 Pilots, and I was like, when did this shift happen? And this one, it was just like, oh man, there's a lot of like 16 to 19-year-old boys who love Quadeca. A lot of broccoli hairs in the audience tonight.
There were a lot more girls and women in the crowd than I was expecting, though.
That's true.
That. It was. I was expecting mostly our age, but it was younger, and also there were more girls. And I was like, okay, you know what? Good for you guys.
Good for Ben.
Yeah, it's because he's cute. Because Claude's cute.
He is a cutie pie. But anyways, I still felt very old there. I was like, these are a lot of children around me. Like we did see a lot of, not a lot, but we did see some people getting like dropped off by like parents and stuff like that. And I was like, wow. I guess I wasn't fully expecting that, but I guess it does make sense. But Yeah. You want to talk about Quanka when he comes
Sure.
out?
Yeah, he came out. He started playing the openers to Vanisher.
Hmm.
And it was very very hype. His band came out, started playing,
Hmm.
got all that flute action from Alika, and the guitar and drums, and of course the guy on the keys and the other electronic
Hmm.
stuff as well.
Yeah.
But it all sounded like very good sound, really.
Yeah. Yeah, his band was like really, really fucking good.
Yeah, insanely good. And then Quad, walks out slowly, starts, setting up a Vanisher sail,
Hmm.
on a like a pole thing that was sitting there for the whole time, and there was like an orb hanging from the thing that the sail
Yeah.
was on that was like we couldn't tell what it was a lot of the time. And we thought Mike was like, I don't know if that's 2D or 3D.
Yeah, it looked like a tambourine at first, and then you're like, I think
Yeah.
that's a sphere. And I was like, maybe? Yeah.
But I think it was a sphere that was meant to be the moon. I think,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
and he set up that sail and got hype with had the Vanisher logo and everything, and
Hmm.
um, those first couple songs ripped, and he did a great job. And then after those first couple songs, he's like, "Hey guys, I'm sick today."
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like, oh man. um,
Yeah. Him
but
and Connor from Nothing But Thieves, you know?
yeah, but both times we've seen sick artists, they both pulled through and put on a great show.
Hmm.
Quad did a great job of singing, and rapping through his illness.
Yes.
He talked about, like, people were like, oh, should we postpone, should we cancel, should we reschedule, and he was like, fuck it, it's Chicago, they're the best. And he was like,
Yeah.
woo, um,
Yeah. Throughout the night, it kind of felt like he had like a vocal stem of just like, like after like the show or the song would end, he would just be like, I love Chicago.
yeah.
He said like I was like 7 times. It was so funny to me.
It
He was
was.
like, I love Chicago.
But yeah, it was a good set list.
It was.
He played a good bit off of Vanisher, the big ones like Godstained and Monday and
Hmm.
Foregone. But he also played a couple cuts off of Scrapyard, and I
Hmm.
didn't mean Haunt You. Born Yesterday was fantastic.
Yeah.
I embarrassed myself a little bit. At least John laughed at me, but whatever. Even I'm just listening to the song. Born Yesterday has the after the
Yeah.
and I always forget that doesn't start right off the bat. So as the song started, and the first I was born yesterday, I started going and then it didn't happen. and,
Yeah.
and John looked over at me and laughed at me, and I was like,
No, it's like fake fan, fake fan.
um, but but it was a great song.
Hmm.
And honestly, it was a great set list. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of
I
songs.
was. Oh,
Yeah, you're
sorry.
good. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, the scrapyard stuff in particular really surprised me because like I've always kind of seen that album as like a little more ballad type stuff, just because there's a lot of singing and stuff on there. But like it kind of really is like a good mix of like ballad and also like you can get hyped to this. Like there were people like jumping around to like some stuff that was kind of melodic and shit from
Yeah.
scrapyard, which I don't know. I think that's really fucking cool. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah. No, the energy was great the entire time. Like they kept it
Hmm.
up. I think it was Fahim on the guitar. He
Hmm.
was he was tearing shit up. Like he was hyping up. Like Quad was hyping up his band the entire time, and it
Yeah.
was it was great. Marcus, the drummer, had like he was talking. The Quad was talking about how they programmed something in, and it took like hours into like a soundboard or something, and it was just like
Right.
the siren.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Well, we're gonna wait to play that till something deserves it." Um, and I think like Quad's mom or something was in the crowd or somewhere, and he was
Oh,
like,
really?
I think that's what he
I
said. And
missed that
he's
part.
like, you know, my mom's here, and then he played the "Meow" siren, and he was like, yeah, that's very deserving. Um, but you know, he was pretty, you know, he was for being sick. He had great energy, and
Yeah.
he burnt his mouth on tea a couple times, and
Mhm.
I was like, you know, he for his, you know, the artists usually have like a bottle of water or something, but you know, he sipped from like a mug with a tea bag coming out of it, and I was like, that's an interesting
Mhm.
drink for somebody on a stage. But
Yeah,
then he was
had
like, I'm
throat coat
sick.
in it.
Yeah. um but you know,
Honestly, kind of a vibe though, just like sipping tea like while on
yeah.
stage.
Might as well help your voice while you're doing it.
Yeah.
But it was great. I think Thunder. Before Thunder, it was what was the song before that? Uh,
Was it Natural Causes? I don't
yeah,
remember if he did that.
I think
Yeah.
so, because he had the audience he had like audience interaction where he wanted us to sing
Yeah.
like the
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, which was super sick. Like that went on for the entire Natural Causes, and then Thunder was like
Yeah.
and that went on the entire. Like people did not let go. At least I didn't. I didn't let go of that the entire song. I was going through it, but the energy for Thunder was the most like fun energy the entire night.
Yeah.
People were, you know, there was a bit of a mosh pit, but it was more just like people jumping around and having fun the entire time.
Yeah.
And it was great fucking energy. It's probably one of my favorite songs I've had performed at a concert, just because of how fun the energy was in the room.
Mhm.
It was just banger. But you know, they after I think Fractions of Infinity, he was like, all right guys, this is the
Mhm.
last song. And you know, after the song they left the stage, but the lights stayed down, and it was like, oh well, I mean obviously they're coming back out.
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, and then the flutist and help on vocals,
Flautist. Yes.
Alika,
Yeah.
sang a song of hers, and it was very pretty. She has a great voice.
I was looking into that because I also thought it was a song of hers, but
I don't
it's
know.
actually I think it was one of the deluxe songs on Vanisher. There's a lot of deluxe like B-sides that he released with like those colored vinyls.
Mm.
And I think it was one of those actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I thought the same thing. I was curious. Yeah,
All right. Well, either way, she sang that song, and it was very pretty. She got a great
it
voice.
was. It was great.
Nice way to like keep, you know, it changed the energy, but like to, you know, keep people hyped a little bit.
Hmm.
They played a couple other songs, and then they played Sisyphus at the end,
Yes.
which, you know, his first big hit, I think.
Yeah, in some ways, yeah.
Hit as in like it got big on the internet. I don't know.
Yeah.
It
First, like respect. I feel like
oh
like actual respect. I would say
yeah,
from like music community and stuff. Yeah,
and that's a great song. It was a
it
cool
is.
closer to a show. But I, you know, I was hoping that, you know, he'd play Casper a little bit. I don't know
Hmm.
how that would go, but um, it was great closer. I didn't talk about it, but he did like sit down at the pianos and keys for like Foregone and
Hmm.
stuff, and you know, me and my you know, concert photography quote unquote brain
Hmm.
were like, oh, that's super sick, the spotlight on him at the moon and everything. So I got, you know, got a couple pictures of that moment, and
Hmm.
you know, just very pretty atmosphere, and
Yeah, that looks nice.
yeah, Foregone was great live as well.
Hmm.
um, but he did a great job. I had a great time.
Yeah, yeah, especially for being sick. I think he did really good. He was going for. There's a few songs of his where he has some pretty high vocals
Mm.
that he goes into, and I was surprised at what he was going for
Yeah.
with his sick voice. But yeah, no, he sounded very good given the circumstances and everything. And but like you said, great stage energy still. Really brought forth the energy and yeah. There was one point on stage where he referred to himself as like an old man
Yeah.
nowadays, and he's younger than Vince,
You
and
know, he
about
just
the
turned
same age as
25.
John. Yeah, just turned 25. He's basically our age. Actually, I realized after he said that, I was like, oh, he actually, I didn't realize this before, but he would have been in the same like school grade as us.
Yeah.
So literally same age range as us.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, but he was like, he looked up at the balcony. He was like, "Hey guys, you guys don't really get recognized at concerts, but if I was in the audience, that's where I would be. I'm a little too old nowadays for the pit."
That's what. Yeah, that's right.
And the three of us looked at each other and were like, "What? Are we?
We're not old.
Are we old heads?"
Yeah,
But,
old heads listening to Quadeca.
but yeah, no, I was feeling that kind of age a little bit, like you were.
Yeah,
Especially in the line with the kids behind us.
yeah,
But it was just like, damn. And then Mike brought up the question of like, what was like when we were in high school and their age, like what was the big artist for like boys,
like teenage boys. Yeah,
that got them like hype and like had all this like buzz around them. And at first I was like, Tyler, Kanye,
yeah.
that kind of thing.
I think I suggested Tyler at first, but I was like,
Yeah.
way too big. Yeah,
Yeah. And then I think during Rosie, I was like, oh, a couple came to my mind, and I was like maybe Little Peep or Juice
Yeah.
WRLD, and then there was a XXX Tentacion song on the car ride back to dropping Mike off, and that's when John heard that question. He's like, oh, well, X was probably, or you said it or something. Well, X was probably in that conversation as well.
yeah.
But like Quad very different from any of those people. But,
Oh, for sure, for sure. I think for me, Lil Peep sounded like that.
Yeah.
Sounded like the most accurate one. I was like, that's probably it for me.
Yeah.
But
Bam.
yeah.
It's a great show.
Once again, not accurate in sound, but
Yeah.
yes, it was a great show. It was a great show.
Also, shortest show I think I've been to as well.
It was a fairly short show. I feel like wasn't Black Country Road kind of a short one too? I feel like that was kind of shorter, but maybe
it might have been.
Maybe that's because the songs were longer and like I don't know. Yeah.
Black Country Road felt long, but that might have just been the pain in my legs and back.
Right. Yeah.
The Quad, it was like an hour and a half, so it was.
Yeah.
It was over within that, and it felt like a short amount of time. And then
it did.
Yeah, and then we got ushered on over to the merch area in this small little room next to the stairs. We were just standing in that line. Mike brought it up to us at the concert, or after the concert, but he was like, "Yeah, the Quad's got smelly fans."
yeah. It was definitely the smelliest crowd that I. It wasn't too bad, but there was a couple times I was behind some people. I was like,
Yeah, no, there was in the merch line. I was standing behind like I think this mom and her teenage kid that she brought. And I think it was the mom that was like. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
You get a little stank. But the crowd full of teenage boys, it kind of makes sense that it'd be smelly. But yeah, it was. And then we were about to get into the merch room, and the drummer and guitarist with Rosie were walking past, giving out like pre-save little postcard things with a cute kitty on it. And they were like, "You want one?" And I was like, "Sure, man, I'll take one." And and Mike also got peer pressured into it. But they were nice guys, and I was like, "You guys are full of energy," and he was like, "Yeah, we try, man." But,
one of them was wearing a Hive Mind sweatshirt in the picture that they gave out to us.
Which boys from Detroit associated with Quadeca makes sense.
Yeah, he pointed that out to me. I was like, "Yeah, you're so right."
But they were nice, and then we both got. Mike and I both got Vanisher hats.
Yes.
I can show off my hat that I took a picture of just before recording.
I could show where mine is too, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Here's my
But yeah, we both got
fashionable self
Vanisher
here.
hats.
Don't knock the headphones. But you got the Vanisher hat.
The headphones look awesome on you, man.
Thanks, man. I love the logo for Vanisher a lot.
Yeah.
I think this album, with at the moment being my number one for the year, I love the artwork and everything for this record a lot, and that's one of my favorite parts of it, is that V with the North Star and everything.
Sorry, I sent it to the wrong place, and Riley's howling, and I'm overstimulated. I don't know if that was coming through.
I just heard Riley in the background.
Yeah. There we go. Now it should be. There we go.
Yes.
That's where I've been keeping my Vanisher hat.
Cute.
Vanisher hat.
I like that setup.
Thanks, man.
Nice.
But yeah, I don't know. That's just where it's been resting.
It's a great hat.
It is a great hat.
I also bought a hat at the Hershey show for 21 Pilots, and just testing the two qualities of the hats. The Vanisher hat, it's a lot nicer quality.
It is a nice quality hat. Yeah.
But
at first we were like, oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, at first we were like $40 for a hat.
Yeah.
That's a little much, and I still do think it's a little much, but it is a nice quality hat. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was the same way. I was just like, it better be nice quality for it being $40. But the 12 Pilots one isn't bad, but this one just like fits my big ass head better.
Yeah.
That's another key aspect of a nice hat.
Mm-hmm.
But I was kind of bringing back the tradition I had, at least for the first few concerts that I went to with Mike. I bought a hat for John Bellion at the All Time Low Part 3 tour, or the Human Condition tour. But I bought a hat for that. I bought a hat at the Nothing But Thieves show. And then I bought a hat at Hershey, and I bought a hat here. So 4 out of the 9 concerts we've been to together, I have hats for. That's almost half.
Maybe one of these days you'll become a hat guy.
Maybe. I want to wear hats. I like hats, and I have a good amount of baseball hats, but my hair is too thick and it pushes the hats up, so I have to like put it up and through the back of it to keep them steady on my head. So once I get a haircut and keep it at like a shorter level, I plan on wearing hats more often. But
I kind of want to start wearing this Vanisher hat, and just because I have a few hats too that I've been meaning to like wear and stuff. I actually have one from the last time I went to Hershey when I was young. I have just a brown hat that has Hershey on it. Kind of a vibe, I guess. And I have like a Blurry Face era hat with the Blurry Face logo on there. I have a few hanging around that I should also get into, especially since the hair on my head has limited time, so I should probably get into hats sooner than later before before the inevitable.
I mean, hey, you looked like a cutie with that Vanisher hat on your head. So I think
you too, man. Especially with those headphones too.
Hey, man, thanks. But I think
you just have that combo all the time.
I think so too, honestly. I'm thinking about getting my own pair. I think you look good in the hat. So,
thanks.
Keep them coming.
Okay.
But I got into baseball hats a good bit when I was with my second girlfriend. Like I had a little phase with baseball caps. And I still have all of them in my closet, but I just haven't worn them a lot because since then my hair has been too long for them to stay put on my head. But yeah, this one makes me want to get my hair finally trimmed down so I can, wear hats again.
Yeah.
But
nice.
Maybe it has to do with it being $40, but
have to convince yourself into into liking it.
But the venue was cool too. It was like it was like Aragon Ballroom light. To me at least, because I love Aragon Ballroom, but it also has that kind of venue where you walk upstairs and the actual floor is like on the top floor of the building. And so, like, when people were jumping around, you could feel the floor a little bit, and it was like, ooh.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
You get that at Oregon as well. But
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I like Talia Hall. I really enjoy the concert setup in there. Although I must say that of the two shows I've been there at, I have been dripped on by mysterious water, hopefully water coming from the ceiling both times. And it was on opposite sides of the venue too, because we were on the right side when we were going. We were at Magdalena Bay.
yeah.
So I don't know what that is. It feels like there's like just kind of older structure to the building in general for some
Yeah.
reason. But didn't love that. But you know, everything else about the venue is great. I do like it.
It is an older build. I was reading like the spiel on the side of the building or something. It was
Oh
like,
yeah.
Oh, the creator of Talia Hall built it at the turn of the century, and
That makes sense.
at the 1900s, I think.
Yeah.
And it makes sense. It's definitely an older building. It's probably just air conditioning, like water.
It probably is. Yeah.
Either that or like there's just like water on the roof and it's just kind of dripping through or something.
Yeah.
But I got dripped on after Born yesterday, and I was like, the venue is based for crying during that song. I will say.
Yeah.
That. But.
Yeah. I wonder if you were just getting splashed from me. Maybe you were getting your own drops too. But like they were big drops that were like hitting my shoulders and shit. And there was a few times it like hit like my nose and like man, that's disorienting. It's like just getting a drop of I can see how water torture kind of happens. Just getting a drop of water on me from the ceiling unexpectedly, like it. Yeah. Only complaints about Talia Hall.
But the walk back was fine, and got to the car, and we were, a lot of people were very confused about how to get out of that parking lot.
Yeah.
The gate wasn't opening for a good amount of people, so we were there for a little while, but wasn't bad. And then got Mike dropped off and got back to John's, and then I drove back down here, and it's the earliest I've gotten back from a concert in like probably ever. Like I got back here at like 1:20 or something, and I was like, hey, that's beautiful, because the last few concerts I've been to other than the Hershey one, I was getting back here at like 3:30 and then working the next day, and it was like not the greatest not the greatest combo,
right.
But getting back at 1:20 and working at 10, I was like, I got like 7 hours of sleep. That's not bad at all.
Hell yeah.
So maybe it's the older I get, I'm more attuned to and hoping for shows to end a little earlier, but it was nice. It was nice getting back that early for once.
Yeah. Yes, that would be pretty nice, and also helps with John and I not worrying about you driving through dark fields. Down. There's not a lot of stimulating stuff on the way back to where you are.
Still very dark, but there were a couple. Not usually when I'm driving back there, cops, sitting on the in the medians, when watching for people speeding or anything. But there were a couple like getting closer to down here, and there was one in particular that had his like bright ass spotlight on the street that I did not like see before I passed through it, and I got flashbanged, and I was like, "Whoa!" Jesus, woke me up a little bit, but I was like, I definitely did not feel nearly as bad or tired as other drives for sure, which is good. Yeah, it was a good show. I had a great time.
Successful show.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like I'm good with this being my last concert of the year. I love music and I love going to music, but like even at this concert, I was just like, I was feeling it a little bit more. Just like, there's a lot of just antics going on, I guess, in some, I don't know if antics is the right word, but just a lot of little things. I was just like, yeah, I should I should take a break from concerts for the rest of the year. You know what I mean,
no,
yeah.
I this is my sixth one of the year, which is the most I've been
Mhm.
to in a year. And I felt it pretty good as well. It's definitely going to be my last one unless something like big happens or like there's some crazy just circumstance. It's like, oh, there's a show right here and it's an artist I really like, but
Yeah.
especially traveling up to Chicago for every show is like, it's a lot of it's a big commitment for a day or
Yeah.
two. Feeling
You never
afterwards.
you never know when AJR is going to come back to the college.
So true, so true. But yeah, it was. I think as I went to more this year, I felt more, accustomed to the feeling of being at a concert. I think Black Country New Road was the first one of the year for me, so I was like, I think I was feeling it a lot more then too, because like I was working and standing, but this is the first time I was like just standing in one place at a concert, and I think that's why I was feeling it so much. But other than that, the rest of them went pretty smoothly for me. I wasn't feeling it too much. So I definitely could go to another concert, but I probably and definitely will not go to another one this year. Because 6 probably enough for me. I'll say that.
Yeah. I went to 5 and like I feel like mentally drained of concerts for some reason. So
it was but I am happy with the fact that like a few of the concerts were cheap and didn't cost me an arm and a leg. The one was free, but,
right.
But like Black Country New Road was cheap, Quadeca was cheap. The only two that like really it killed my finances were MCR and the Tinley Park 21 Pilots. So
yeah, and also to be fair, when I'm talking about like 5 concerts being a lot for me, there was also like a really huge one that we went to like a couple weeks ago, like the Hershey one. That's what I'm saying. Like that was more than just going to a concert. That was 2 days of travel and staying in mountains and stuff. But I say that like we stayed on a mountain. We definitely did not. That definitely contributes to 5 feeling like a lot this year. But
it was a great year, and I'm glad
it was.
I'm glad that I was able to go to so many concerts, especially with you.
Hell yeah!
It's always I really enjoy that we're kind of a concert going duo. Like I said, I think we've been to 9 altogether.
A concert couple, if you will.
A concert couple, yes. And I love it, and it's really fun, and it was a great time. So thanks for going to concerts with me, Mike.
No problem. We should do it again.
Not this year, though.
Not this year, yeah. And John's invited too, and Vince if he wants to come. I mean, it's more of a trek for Vince these days. But
let's go see a Tyler the Creator concert with all of us. That
would work. Yeah, that would go hard.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. If you've been to Quadeca, let us know how you had how good of a time you had as well. It was a great show. But
you're getting that engagement.
Comment down below. And we'll look at it right now. But I think we are far enough into the episode to do a song of the week if you're ready, unless you got something else to talk about.
I'm all good. I think I'm up first this week, aren't I?
Let's see.
I believe.
I believe.
I'm pretty sure I changed it, but maybe I'm tripping.
I think you. Yeah, you're first this week.
Yeah, because I chose Redbone last week, so yeah. Well, I didn't really listen to like all too much this week. But I guess this is kind of what I'm feeling. There was one song. Okay, so last week that Jacob Collier record came out, and will about him a lot of times, and I will understand. But I did really enjoy the last track on that record, which is called Something Heavy. So I think I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with Something Heavy by Jacob Collier.
All right.
And every time I build a wall around me, you hold a line to pull me back to life.
Okay, that was Something Heavy by Jacob Collier. What'd you think of that, Colin?
I thought that was really, really pretty, and probably the best I've heard him sound ever. From the
Yeah.
stuff that you've shown me, that was really surprised. That really surprised me. I was like not expecting that at all. I don't exactly remember what his voice sounded like on other tracks, but I don't remember it being that deep or that beautiful. Because it was really just like. That's an awesome song to close an album. I don't know what the rest of it sounded like, but that's a great closer from the sounds of it, and gorgeous stuff. Great piano, great guitar. Yeah, beautiful. Honestly, just great stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree. I think that might be his best song, like studio song that he's released. Like, there's a lot of, um, I think I listened to it like mostly in the foreground of this record. I might have been like playing like Minesweeper or some shit above it though, just to keep my brain occupied a little bit. But like this time, I was really, really like honed in on it. And like there's a lot of subtle production on there too that I really enjoy. And I think I think his vocals sound really great on there. They're pillowy at points. They're nice and expressive at other points. And yeah, he's showing off those low ends and also the high ends. I think it really is just like kind of like like all of his best parts in the song and not really any of his worst parts in it. And it's
Yeah.
like, yes, more of that, please. More of that, please, Jacob. But yeah, I also agree it's a great way to close an album too, because I think I kind of talked about this before, but I'm pretty sure the entire album up until this point is just him and the guitar. Like, there's not really like anything else. He's doing other stuff with the guitar, like percussive type things at points. But like it's just his voice and guitar. So then when this song opens up with like a little kind of Rhodes synth and then like some really nice pianos and stuff, it's a really nice texture change in the context of the album. Um, but yeah, no, I really like that track.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you like that one too.
Yeah, from what I've heard about Jacob Collier from you, it feels like he's similar to AJR, where like they have talent,
Yeah.
but they refuse to use it in a good way a lot of the time.
Yeah. The thing with Jacob Collier in particular, and I guess I have compared him to AJR before, like so like that's not a bad comparison at all. But with Jacob Collier, especially his most recent stuff, is he's also like a producer, and like he will kind of just produce any sound that he wants to without like thinking like, will this sound good for the song. It's just like he'll have an idea of like, oh, this would be really cool, let me do this, and then it'll be just the most obnoxious shit. Like I said, there was like one song last year where like it opens up, it starts like Jacob rapping, then there's like a reggaeton beat, and then there's a giant key change with Chris Martin in the chorus, and then we do a key change back to a K-pop group singing, rapping in Korean. Like it's just like, oh my god, there's so much going on. So when he does hone in on like some of this like softer stuff though, and like really focuses on like the songwriting and like the melodies and all that kind of stuff, like it really pays off for me, and I think this is one of the best examples of that. But
Yeah, really, really
Yeah.
pretty.
yeah.
Well, I really liked that Last Dinner Party record, and
Yes.
my favorite song, as from the first listen and a couple, pick throughs later, has been Rifle. So I'm gonna go with Rifle by the Last Dinner Party.
Cool.
Crushed to dust. Oh, you love.
All right, that was Rifle by the Last Dinner Party. What'd you think, Mike?
I think that's a pretty cool song. That was the last one I got to before having a gaming break. Uh, no, it has those really iconic. I feel like Last Dinner Party does a lot of those, like kind of like you were talking about earlier, like wordless vocal type stuff with
Hmm.
like the melodies in there. Like, "Ah!" That's really
Yeah.
cool. And the energy on it's really cool. I like the structure of that song. I do like when they break it down for the bridge, and there's kind of like a duet where I want to say they're singing Gaelic. I know they did that on the last album. I don't know if that's what they're doing here again, but
Sounded French to me, but
maybe it was French. I haven't looked into the lyrics, so but either way, it sounded dope as fuck, and I think that was a really cool choice. And
neat.
it's a cool track. I like it.
Yeah, that one just like stood out to me a lot. I think that little like guitar break when it gets heavy, and the harmonies and stuff between the singers and everything. It's just like that heavy guitar goes so fucking hard, and I really love
Yeah.
that aspect of the song. It's just it really sung to me. And
It was written just for you, Colin.
just from me. But
Yeah.
I like that song and all of the other ones off of the record. It's a really good time, and I'd recommend going to check out that for sure. But
Yeah.
yeah, let's see, you got something else to talk about?
No, I think I'm all good to wrap up.
Alrighty, well, take us away, Mike.
All right. Well, if you're listening to us on streaming services, thank you very much. We appreciate you, and one could even say we love you to death. And you should give us 5 stars or whatever highest score is on your streaming service of choice.
Pretty please.
But and after you do that, you should come on over to YouTube, where we are under the same name, Broken Boys, capital N Bois, where you can see our beautiful profile pictures. We both have the same pictures, but Colin's got a new border of I'm forgetting the name of that movie that just came out. What's it called?
Uh,
Phone book or something?
oh,
Phone
the,
booth?
the black phone too.
Black phone too. Yeah, he kind of ices over.
Yes,
He's making Tyler get skilled and icy, if you will. Yeah, it's a little reference for my 21 Pilots heads. But, you can come see what I'm talking about though over on YouTube. But also on YouTube, we have a bunch of stuff in the description. One of those things being the Song of the Week playlists. We got one down there for me, one down there for Colin, and one for both of us combined. And in those playlists, you can find is it The Rifle?
Just rifle.
Just Rifle. Rifle by The Last Dinner Party, or Something Heavy by Jacob Collier, along with a whole bunch of other songs that we have chosen over the last 242 weeks. Yeah. Down there, we also have links to some personal stuff from me. Like I mentioned earlier, I make music and am making music. I should stop teasing that under the name of Plaintive. And you can check out the EP that I released earlier this year called Cyclicism.
Yes.
Should go listen to it.
Go
I'm proud of
listen.
it. It's a good little EP if you ask me.
I say so,
I got
too.
links if you ask me or Colin. And yeah, I got links to that down below. And then also I have my album of the year down there where I rate and review music, as well as my Instagram and my YouTube page, and
Yeah.
that's all I can think of listing at the moment. So that's what you get. In terms of my oh man, in terms of my relation to you, dear viewer, it's crazy how we've done this for probably like 100 episodes at this
Yeah.
point, and like I still get caught off guard by it. My relation to you, dear viewer. Um, man. We are in a a field of flowers. It's not fall time like it is right now. It's springtime. This happened in well, no, it will happen in April of 2026. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's a big field of flowers, and the viewer is frolicking around in there, and I'm just kind of like staring at them from like the tree line. I look like Bigfoot or something, just kind of like staring out at them from the tree line behind them, watching them frolic in a field of flowers.
Huh.
And that's what my mind has come up with this week. Welcome to my dark, twisted fantasy. And,
And also, it has been 120.
oh man,
120 plus episodes since we started the Love
Wow.
Cage. So,
I mean, for a rough estimate on the spot, though, I'm pretty proud of.
yeah,
like,
that's pretty good.
realizing it was over 100. Wait, 120 something means that is literally halfway through the podcast. Is that not?
Yeah,
Because we're at 240 something?
It was 115. So,
I don't like the thought of that. Anyways, that was my scenario, frolicking in a field.
beautiful.
Anyways, Colin over here, he runs our socials. He runs our Twitter page where he updates when videos are posted, as well as updates everything that needs to be updated. And he runs our Instagram page and our TikTok page where he posts funny clips of us having a good old time here over on the Broken Boys podcast. And you should go check those out. Absolutely. And he also has some personal stuff too. He's got an album of the year page where he rates and reviews music, as well as a letterbox where he rates and reviews movies. I know there's a new one up there for Scream. At least I don't know if it's like a rewatch one or whatever that is on Letterbox.
Yeah, I don't think I had I've logged it since I watched it. Since I've had Letterboxd, but so technically it's my first review of it, but it is probably my 10th time watching that movie. So
yeah. So go check out the tried and true review of Scream from Colin's Letterboxd down there, as well as all his other movie reviews. And Colin, what is your relation to our dear viewer?
You said you were Bigfoot in the background, yeah?
I said I was like Bigfoot, but I can be Bigfoot if you want.
Okay. Well, as our dear viewer is frolicking in the field of flowers, as Bigfoot is, or someone that we think is Bigfoot is, stalking them from the woods from behind. I am going to be in cahoots with this quote unquote Bigfoot, as I plan on being the first person to find a real Bigfoot in the woods, and I'm like one of those Travel Channel guys who's out there with a camera crew, and I'm like, today we're finding Bigfoot, and in this beautiful field of flowers with some woodsy stuff behind it. But of course, the field of flowers is open to the public, so this, our dear viewer is just frolicking and having a great time. Just living life in this beautiful springtime in 2026, and
Yes.
and I'm going through the field of flowers, getting to the woods. I see something behind this person frolicking in the woods. I'm like, zoom on that, and it's gonna be Bigfoot, quote unquote, Mike back there in his costume, just kind of like. It's peeking
It's not a
up.
costume. I just have my shirt off.
Yeah, Mike. If you don't know, Mike is extremely hairy.
Yeah.
And he's grown out his hair quite a bit. He's done it through the winter into the spring just for this, and
Yeah, it's just for this bit.
and his beard too. Like it sits down to his chest at this point. And he's peeking out from behind some bushes, looking at us. And I'm like, get that! He's right there! And I'm gonna, we're gonna start running towards the woods. And this person frolicking in the field is gonna see us, see me in all my safari gear in this field of flowers, and be like, hey, what are you guys doing? I'm gonna say we're filming a show for Travel Channel, and we're looking for Bigfoot, and he's just back there actually, and our DVR's gonna look behind and be like, I recognize that? I think I recognize that guy, and be like, you might. We have a pretty big podcast called BrokeN Boys, and she's like, yeah. That's Mike from BrokeN Boys. He's really hairy, and I'm like, yeah, yeah, he is, but he's Bigfoot today, so shh, don't tell anyone. And they're gonna turn back towards me and go, oh my, and you're Colin, yeah, and I'm like, that's me. And they're like, can I bother you for a love cage, and the guys can go back to filming while I frolic through these flowers? I'm like, I would love nothing more, and neither would Bigfoot Mike back there. And I'm gonna tell them to put the cameras down, or I'm gonna wave you back over from the woods, and you're gonna make your way, in your barefoot, and of course you can't help but frolic a little bit through these flowers.
Of course,
on your way back.
It's a natural response.
Obviously, yeah. We're a little bit sneezy because of allergies and stuff, but it's beautiful anyway. And you're gonna get to us, and we're gonna, I'm gonna introduce you to our dear viewer, and we're gonna embrace in this nice, big embrace with me in front of the viewer, Mike behind, and our viewer in the middle. And we're gonna embrace as I look over our dear viewer's shoulder at Mike in all of his hairy majesty, and I'm going to give you a big smoochum right on the lips, and I'm gonna afterwards I'm gonna go hairball, because damn, and that embrace is what we like to call the love cage. And if you would like your very own love cage, dear viewer, all you must do is drop your addy in the comments below. We will find you. You won't know where, you won't know when, but we will find you and give you your very own love cage. So drop that address, cuties.
Absolutely.
Yeah. This one came together, and I'm glad it did.
Yeah. And I was thinking, even while you were saying that, I just need to give you a thank you for always finding a way to make my in the moment fucking bullshit make sense and make it funny baby. Too. Usually, so, appreciate it.
Of course. Yeah, come back next week where we'll talk about some more bullshit.
Hell yeah. I'll talk about Last Dinner Party and Tame.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Bye-bye, guys.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.